This conference will now be recorded.
So welcome to session 9 of our EC payroll. So today will be more of an interactive session, whatever the topic we have covered today till now, from an Employee Central integration point of view. And let's get started.
Yeah.
So the first question is like, what is included in your EC to EC payroll integration? Like there are four options you can see in your screen.
Can you
Like,
maximize your screen? I
yeah,
don't see the whole PPT. It's coming in a very small window.
okay. It is better.
Why? Uh, for some reason, why is it coming in a small portion of the window?
Okay, otherwise let me put it in a way. Mm,
Because remember, last time it was in the whole screen, but now it's just in the half screen. I do not know why.
now is it better?
Yeah, it's
It is
okay. Yeah,
it's full
it's
now.
1 second if I can do anything at my end.
Because from my screen it is entire screen it is showing.
Me, what is happening? I see Lokesh, Payroll Lab, and lot of other things on the go-to meeting. Let me just see. Uh, can I do anything else? Maybe let's just continue. Will deal with this later. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what is the question? What is included in EC to EC payroll integration? So, um, employee mini master replication from EC to EC payroll, pre-packaged integration, and generic connectors that connect employee central and EC payroll, core HR in the cloud. And this question is very weirdly written. Uh, Integration of business processes for, it's definitely not D.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, employee mini master replication from EC to EC payroll. It's not mini master. We bring most of the relevant data. Mini master usually goes from EC to Kronos or some other legacy systems. But
Hmm.
from payroll point of view, we bring most of the relevant data, including the demographics. So
Exactly.
the way question is what is included in EC? It's okay. Let's see B and C. Pre-packaged integration and generic connectors that connect. It could be B
Hmm.
and core HR in the what is included. So core HR in Cloud Employee Central, that's definition of Employee Central itself.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, but that doesn't comply with the question, what is included? So I think B is the closest if I go compare.
Actually, I could have included like there are multiple answers to it. In this, let me go to the next. I think if I'm doing a full screen, I'm not able to make it go to the next slide. That's a problem here. Um, mm,
So if there are multiple answers, then it could be A, B, and C, but the
yeah,
closest one, what I feel is B.
yeah, yeah. So if it had been your answer is correct, it has been ABC only. Yeah, just a minute. Your answer is ABC. Yeah, answer is ABC because it is a multiple choice question. But here you've asked because these are the questions directly asked in your different forum in certification, or it can be your another stuff. Hmm. So that directly I have taken from those. Hmm. So you're correct, absolutely. But if it had been more closest answer, your that is correct. Your second would be your second one,
Is it
and
asked in certification? This question.
most this question, yeah, it has been asked in one of the certification question and also in your chapter end question. Also, if you see in some of the certification hub, a learning hub itself. From there only I have taken few of the questions.
Okay.
Okay. And this is a tricky one. Next one.
What program does the administrator need to run to replicate employee data? Okay. I mean, I don't remember the name of the program, certainly.
No, you don't have to remember.
The so the administrator does not need to run a program.
Correct. Yeah. So basically, it is scheduled. Okay. So from an admin point of view, it is scheduled program. So an administrator actually doesn't have to run a program. You are absolutely correct.
But the language of these questions are not very right.
Yeah. No, actually, I do not know who has framed these questions, but the questions ideally it should not be. It should be framed in a very straightforward. It's a little tricky. Some kind
Yeah,
of.
and it's not even tricky. See, there is a quiz where
Hmm,
you
hmm,
ask in very confusing way.
hmm,
That's quiz. But this
hmm,
one is very weird language. It's not even confusing or tricky. You know
hmm,
how the diplomatically people use a language where there is no single right answer. So
hmm.
it's like that.
It's
I
like
mean,
that. Yeah.
for example, the first question which you had asked, I
Hmm,
could have argued and said just B is correct. A and
hmm,
C has no relevance. For
hmm,
example, mini master uh, can be correct and cannot be correct,
hmm.
right?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, for example, I'll give you an example.
Hmm,
In traditional definition of SAP, right?
hmm,
Traditional definition of SAP,
hmm.
Infotype 7 is not part of Minimaster, the old definition.
Old definition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not part of the Minimaster. But if you don't replicate work schedule as per the new,
Uh,
you will not be able to process your payroll.
Process your payroll. True. Very true.
So, I mean,
Hmm.
someone should complain the language is not right.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this is good. It's a good eye opener.
This
Which
one we have not covered. This one we not covered. This
But
one I
anyway,
think.
let's have a quick look. That's fine, even if it's not covered. Which of the
Uh,
below are employee central configuration steps that are required? You covered some of it, isn't it?
some of it covered, but last thing, that enhancement role-based permissions, just I had to tell you, means this not almost 95% covered. Only one thing actually I left, like this is a step
I
response.
remember you were telling me about pick list,
Hmm.
setup data sharing configuration. That's very vague. I don't know what that means because it doesn't belong to those 16 or 24
So
steps.
94 steps, yeah.
At corporate data model, I remember that. So it could
Hmm.
be A, D, and B.
Okay, so let's see the answer. It's A, B, and D. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjusting your corporate data model, role-based permissions, admin tools, and defining and uploading your pick lists. Okay, so data sharing actually you will be seeing for that point of view. Actually, I was telling is it is not there in the list. So data sharing configuration it is there in your EC payroll configuration. Like EC to ECP, there are two sides, right? From EC sides we are doing some certain configuration, and from ECP side. So this data sharing configuration it will be part of your ECP side. Okay, so that we'll be seeing in the next session. And next one, when refining a role-based permission for admin role, which of the following aspects needs to be revisited?
When refining the role-based permissions for admin role, which of the following aspects need to be visited? Role-based permissions for the admin role. I wouldn't know answer to this question.
Okay, no problem. So this will all of your answer are correct. It means all the things actually you have to revisit. Employee data,
Okay.
employee view, payroll permissions, all
Yeah.
the things you have to take care of it. Okay.
Niladri, can I
Yeah.
request you towards the end when we will be done with the entire course, could you
Hmm.
do one session and walk me through the whole which you did in the beginning? I will also read in advance so that
Hmm.
that session is not that long, but the
Hmm.
whole, you told me in the beginning the RBP concept in EC and ECPY, that payroll manager access and all those details.
Yes.
So that bit I have never touched really well in my life, but I would want to understand thoroughly what is needed. You know, you did give a very good walkthrough when
Yes.
when you are doing a fresh implementation, you get this ID, you do this, you do that. So if you could revise that session in future, that will be really
Definitely. So, Lokesh, I've already planned it. It will be coming into picture whenever I'll be discussing ECP side one time. Another time it will come whenever I'll be discussing PCC, Payroll Control Center. There is a PCC authorizations and roles. Okay. At that point of time, it will again come at RPP. So we have another two times it will come in our entire learning. Hmm. So no, don't worry. Okay. Anyway, if it is still you have something, then we will be covering towards the end, whatever it is there. We will plan it.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So, which foundation objects are included in the refining MDF objects?
Oh boy, this is also, let me see which foundation objects are.
Then, if you are just, then we can skip it. Otherwise, let's skip it.
Which two foundation objects are included in configuration step of refine MDF objects? What was the right answer?
It's a D, company code and your cost center. So these two foundation objects are part of your refining. The MDF object means that which you have seen the step number 4, right? So these are actually now at present is a part of our configuration. These foundation objects, company code and your cost center. So in the cost center, you have to check the length of the cost center, company code, your length of the company code. Okay, those things you have to adjust. If something is you have done it in the EC side, you have done something wrong. Okay, to adjust it with your EC payroll. Okay, so you have to do that changes in this configuration. Nothing much. So this is actually we have not covered. This is actually really coming up later part. This one. Okay. So actually, I mixed both.
Maybe let's quickly scan through the questions
No,
because
no, something actually I kept it. Actually, it's a combined quiz actually. So generally, last time we conducted, it was a combined quiz of for EC and ECP. Both integrations are there. So at
so
present, I have covered.
will you bring those questions in future?
Yes, yes. So what I will do, whatever we have covered today, I will keep it here, and certain questions which is part of your ECP side that I will take it forward. Okay, so do not worry.
Okay,
And
I'll
also, I
make
have
a
some
note.
I've also framed some more questions of my own, so that also I will add. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a note with questions. Just in case if you forget, I'll remind you. All right.
No, no, no. Actually, I am already making all these notes, even though. No, don't worry.
Made a note. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
What is the
So this is
minimum?
minimum support pack. Yeah, this is a good question, and actually, this is a by heart question only. You have to remember. There is no.
What is the
If you
minimum?
remember,
I don't remember. Is it 35? I remember the number 35 somewhere.
28.
28. Okay,
Close to that.
that's fine.
Yeah. So this is again need to match in.
Which of the below settings need to match in EC and EC payroll? Structures and personal administrations, A, B, and D.
So your answer is all. Evaluation basis everything. A, B, C, D.
What was evaluation basis? Just remind me again.
So it is upcoming. So actually this is not a part of your this. Okay, it will be coming up. Okay, so do not worry.
But
This
what is
part of
it? Just one line answer.
Evaluation basis means so the waste type inside your waste type configuration, right? Whatever those. Yeah. You remember?
But how is it related in EC?
So in EC actually, so when you see in EC, we have inside the EC the waste type, the pay component also, right? So those it should be also configured there. Means not configuration point of view, the properties and all those characteristics.
Evaluation basis is that concept of /001/002/003, right?
Yes. Yes,
That's your evaluation basis, which you use to evaluate time wage types.
time waste time, exactly.
But you don't configure that in EC at all.
No, we don't configure it, but we have some certain properties there. Okay, so which I will come across. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, so that should be
Make it,
matching. Hmm.
that's interesting.
Hmm.
Evaluation basis
Yeah,
properties in EC. Yeah, go ahead, please.
yeah, sure. So the next one, no, this one is not there. This is I'll be covering upcoming session. The tools for application, SLG1. Yeah, which show the analysis not. The second unified configuration not covered. Yeah, yeah. Now you can ask your questions. What are the questions you have?
Okay. I don't have serious questions because most of my questions are in my notebook, which I haven't put in Excel. But could I please
Okay.
share my screen with
Yeah,
you?
yeah, sure, definitely. So I think I have to make you present. Yeah.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So when I was, one second, how do I minimize this?
I can see it. No problem.
Moved it into a different monitor. So when I was going through Learning Hub,
Hmm.
right, there were two links, very
Hmm.
useful links. One was for the job aids, which you would
Hmm.
have seen, of course, right,
Hmm.
with those job aid codes, various for various processes, which was
Hmm.
good. I think it
Hmm.
was called as best practices,
Hmm.
something of similar sort. The
Hmm.
other one was this RDS link. That
Hmm.
link doesn't open for me at all. So,
Hmm.
but I want to access this link. Every
Hmm.
time I try to open it, it would error out. Uh,
Is it?
yes. So maybe that link got updated by SAP and it's not
Yes.
updated in the
So
learning.
you are using 2005 recent one, right? Learning how content.
Say that again, please.
2005. That is 2020 May edition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
See, it says that nothing can be found on this
Okay.
one.
Okay. Okay. So this one, even I also face the same problem, but I was able to get those documents from another source. Actually, I think same problem with me as well. Even if I tried, because I can't recollect whether it was for EC payroll or EC, I can't recollect. But I also face the same problem. There is a link is some error is there, and I have to get those documents from another. Means directly I wrote email to SAP sometimes back, and I got those documentations.
So tell me, how do I get those ones?
RDS from SFSFEC, this link, right? 3RDP.
Yeah.
This is for your EC, EC, right? Not ACP.
Yeah, it's for EC.
Okay, okay. So let me check it with my colleague. Okay, so I think he got from somewhere else. Okay, and definitely this link is not working, I'm sure. So whatever you are accessing, you have checked it from the EC Learning Hub, right?
It's not from the EC Learning Hub. When I was doing HR60, right? It
Mhm.
came up on the first or second page of HR60, this link.
Okay. Okay, so this the link is definitely for not working. So let me check with and I will share those content. I think SAP has not yet still updated one. Okay, I will check that.
Yeah. So this other question which I had was around config ID. Remember we spoke
Hmm,
about it when there is a new go live, what is
hmm,
the impact of full transmission
hmm,
uh, as of date,
hmm,
and if
hmm,
there is existing there is there are scenarios where
hmm,
you would have payroll
hmm,
in on premise, but you
hmm,
migrate all that data into
hmm,
ECP,
hmm,
and but you don't want old things to be wiped out. So you do some settings. So from that perspective, I want to understand what are different scenarios and their impacts of full transmission date and other baddies with various scenarios, that if I do this, this will happen. If I do that, this will happen.
So I have an answer to it. Actually, I have gotten one good note for it. Okay, so I will share with you. Okay, so this one actually already I have checked it out in my notes. Okay, so there is a blog for it, and also regarding this existing go live, whatever you are telling. Okay, I checked with my colleague. Actually, it is generally people put it 0101 900 1900. Okay, generally they put it like this. And for if you're putting the go live date, even if suppose if you're going live with the month of say 1st of January 2020, okay, and we do not want to replicate anything, means do not want any, because it's a completely fresh implementation. Okay, so then you can use the 1st of January 2020 like that. But I have seen mostly people use 11 1900, similar to in EC. Like if you see any of the objects, okay, so start date they mostly they put it like 0101 1900. Okay, so that you can use, then you can filter it out. Okay, so these are 2 points, and I'll be sharing you a nice blog. Okay, so that blog actually explains. It's a dedicated blog for particular this full transmission data only. Okay, so there are different scenarios has been explained, and I will share that blog with you. Okay, so do not worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. This is fine. So then I was going through those PDFs. Remember, I mean, I'm still struggling with the index.
I understand your pain point. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, you promised last time that you
Oh,
will
yeah,
give
yeah.
me.
So actually, there is a two documentation. Okay. So in the P2P all-in-one guide, actually that is for your hands-on. Okay. And I have prepared an Excel just today in morning. I woke up in the morning and actually I prepared one documentation especially for this P2P. Okay. P2P all-in-one, not this one. Okay. So this
Okay.
is
So hear
version.
me out, please. Hear me out. Now, what that one is fine. You share it with me whenever you finish it completely or properly. However, when I was looking at the 24 steps here, right? I don't find the details of those 24 steps. P2P all-in-one handbook is just 16 steps from Learning Hub, right? These are not all 24 steps.
Yes, yes.
So where is the details of all the 24 steps?
Detail of those 24 steps, right? Those create payroll event and all, whatever those the steps. Okay, that actually that you'll be getting in your implementation guide whenever you, but that is not in the same sequence. Okay, so in the implementation guide itself, all-in-one guide, you'll be getting that.
Okay. So because see, this is what I'm saying. It's slightly I mean, unorganized is not the right word, but
Uh,
when you
no, it is
said
right, but I will say it is unorganized only. I will
yeah,
accept that. Okay, so, but
yeah,
yeah, still I am having this challenge here. Okay, so I will just put it in the in the documentation, and for the ECP side, actually I have did it, but this side actually I skipped it mostly because many people actually whatever in the previous batches they all told that we can skip this topic because they already knew it. Okay, so for that reason somehow it is got disorganized. It is my fault. So I will be accept that and I will redo it. So
okay.
basically another eight, whatever 8 steps are come not there. So that documentation I'll put it in the presentation and I will share with you.
I mean, don't worry about question number 4. That was for me. I'll find out this.
Okay,
That's
okay. Mm-hmm.
uh, no, that's just for my personal information.
Mm-hmm.
I have that those details, but I'll keep it handy in my notes. That
Okay.
whole mapping. Now the other one, in step 11, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if it's a step 11 of this or if it's a step 11 of this, but you configure your ECP client, that web URL link in your success factor system. Let me go to that step first. This 450.
SF API or OData API, all those.
Which one is this? Again, these documents are good info and too much info, and you have done a great job putting them together. However, me, I don't want to just take the documents away and be happy about those. I want to know what I'm getting through those documents. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think this is the one. So no, this is a rule. There is, see, in this you have a different step. We'll see. Yeah, setting up payroll configuration. In this, you define your SAP client number, SAP instance ID, and all those details, right? That one web URL link also. So where do you get that info from?
Okay. Okay, so those information, if you remember one note I have shared in the earlier one KBA, that is the first documentation you have to follow. Then after that, I have told you something there, like these are the steps you have to follow from the admin's point of view. That URL will be receiving from the client themselves. Okay, these are your different three instances or ECP, and these are the two instances you'll be getting from your client. So that you can get there.
Okay, so 1 second. Yeah. So that is why I was asking. 1 second. Where is the index? Come on. Moved all the way down. Where did it go? Yeah. It was in here, right? Somewhere. Which topic?
This is an overall curriculum. I never indexed it. Okay, so this one is overall curriculum. Just a minute, come down.
I saw a big index. Yes.
Yeah, so this is an index for your entire that 3,400 pages guide. Okay, so this is your for your version 2 actually, not your version 3. So currently you are in version 3. Okay, actually I minimized this documentation because I couldn't send the entire file, which I have to split anyway in the future also. The entire
Why
document
are you not able to share 100 MB? Why is that? You can
I'm
put
not.
it on Google Drive, no?
Oh no, Google Drive is not allowed in my system actually. It is not. I'm not having my personal laptop. It's not somehow it's not working, so I'm not able to use Google Drive here.
Okay. So, but again, these page numbers, they don't match this PDF at all.
No, this is actually applicable for your version 4.2. Version 4.2. Okay, this PDF will be matching, but anyway, I'll be changing this one. Okay.
Okay. So where is that topic, that KBA one, on which page number?
Okay. So just a minute. I will open that. Mm, it will be towards the end only. Presentations in the presentation, it will be there. Just a minute. Let me pull out that page number. Did I share version 4.2 earlier sometimes?
No, I just have these two. Let me open the folder where I have been saving the documents.
Okay.
This one,
Otherwise,
4.3.
4.2 version 2.0 in
I
that.
just received these three documents from you.
Okay, just a minute. Version 4.3 you have. Yeah, just open that version 2.0 ECP all-in-one 1H 2020. In this, actually, your indexing will work. Whatever indexing I'm telling, okay, it should work.
Okay, let's see. Employee central payroll. Where is the index?
No. The index which you are following, right? That it is in this screenshot 1H 2. Same index will work in this document.
That's where I'm saying it's very unorganized.
Yeah. So what to do? That just a minute. Yeah. Actually, I
So
also.
just show me an example. For example, if I want to search, let's say any topic, right? Planned working time, information, and ECP 1039. Okay, so indexing is working in this one.
Ah, okay. Yeah. This indexing actually kept it here. Even it is there in this index will be finding towards the end actually because it's a part of the slides. Okay. So in the slides you'll be getting, and that note actually I'm just finding it out. Just give me a minute.
You must be cursing me that this guy is wasting too much of my time.
No, nothing like that. Even I have to organize myself. That is very clear. Twenty-five, 39, 34. Yeah, now I got it. Can you go to the page number 2665?
Two.
Yeah. So this was your note, like getting started with your this stuff.
Okay.
Mm. This is one of the steps, but again, there are certain things if you see in the guide, like payroll related stuff. Okay, so the additional steps are also there, but this is the start point. You have to ensure it is correctly placed.
Okay. Understood. Got it.
And
These are pictures, not actual PDFs, right? Okay.
hmm,
No problem. How's your son?
yeah, he is not sleeping in the night or crazy
Does he
sleeping,
keep
but
you awake in the night?
not to me, to his mother and the grandmother. They are struggling.
Okay. Okay. But that web link,
Hmm.
that doesn't come from, that can't be found in IMG, right?
Which wavelength?
You know, in your success factor system, you define payroll config.
Hmm.
And in that payroll config, you put your SAP client number, and then you provide the SAP server address, that web link. You
Hmm.
know what I'm referring to or not?
Exactly. So means if you're clicking that link, it will redirect to the payroll control center or whatever the web link you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those can be configured. Even I configured the same thing in my
Yes,
client.
but where is it found, that link?
Okay, that will be coming into that is I have not yet covered it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sorry. You should have said that. And
Yeah,
we are going to cover these points also, right? Earliest
uh,
retro config in EC,
hmm,
enhanced role-based, and
hmm.
API and API user in EC.
Hmm.
This is all yet to be done, correct?
Need to be done. Yes, yes.
Okay. So anyway, I'll let you drive. I'll shut up now.
Hmm. No problem.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So let me share my screen.
Stop sharing.
Yeah. So we have left the last session, 4 steps last were remaining. Let me go there. So it was regarding those APIs and API setup configuration. Check tool we have covered, right? Last time. Check tool we
Yeah.
have already covered. Okay.
Just one question related to the check tool. I
Hmm.
have in my Excel also. The question is,
Hmm.
what specific kind of config this
Hmm.
check tool validates and tells you that this is right or this is wrong?
Hmm. Okay. So check tool, actually it is previously what, as you know, it was with SAP. SAP was able to check all those pre-configurations and all. So what kind of configuration means? Actually, if you see in the structure of your check tool, if you go inside the check tool, there are specific component. Okay, suppose I'm talking about payroll unified configuration or payroll component. Okay, so those some it will not check each and everything, but there are certain points like. In the component it will check whether your integration is active or not in your if you're doing a check for your EC payroll side. Okay, So there are certain configurations. The mean it will check, but it will not validate inside the configuration what you have done. That it will not validate whether the configuration is established or not, the connection is established or not. Okay, those web connectivity is established or not. Okay, so all those stuff it will check. It will not check in go in inside what you have put the values. It will not check, but from a configuration point of view, it will check whether those checkpoint like it has been properly established or not, the connectivity and those things will check, not the entire thing. At the high level, it will at least it will check if anything configuration is missing or not. Okay, that point of thing. And also it will check if anything is missing, if any configuration is missing, then it will check, tell you that I do this configuration, or if any character, suppose you have your say cost center should be 20 character, but you have not enhanced your whatever your respective succession data model or your corporate data model, whatever data model, you have not modified those configuration once again. So then system will tell it should be this many characters. Okay, you go and refine those, go back to your succession data model. At the data model, it will check everything. Succession data model, corporate data model, whatever data models are there, it will check everything, each and every characteristics, all the number of characters of your those entities, those objects. It will validate everything. Okay, so those are the things. Yeah, it will check. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. Previously, it was with SAP, but as the number of incidents increased, SAP has given this tool to us, to consultants as well, so that we can check ourselves what configuration is missing. Hmm.
Is it
Otherwise,
available in Learning Hub or not?
Learning Hub means the simulation part.
Yeah,
Simulation, actually, I was what I was telling, right? It is the old one. It is
I
still an
see.
old one. So the recent one, and also I have prepared an Excel for that, which is the old one and which is the outdated one. Okay. Just today I was preparing which one actually you have to refer and which you do not. Whatever I have just flagged as a red mark, you do not have to refer the P2P guide. Okay.
Yeah, because
Otherwise,
I
that.
remember some of
Hmm.
the items were XML based, not MDF based.
Yes, yes, yes. Those stuff actually still you have to use it in XML. You have to still you have to change it and you have to update those stuff. Okay, so
Okay.
those are. Hmm. So let's go to our topic now. The setting of the API. Hmm. That is my page number 216. Okay. So this is a simple one. So I will just stop recording and I will show you what I have done.